Hey you guys, this is Elena with Frozen Fiction, and today we will be talking about A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I finished this book a few days ago, but I didn't want to review it right away because it was just so emotionally wrenching that I couldn't talk about it, and I'm still not sure if I'm okay to talk about it today. But I need to get this done now, because if I don't, it's not going to get done. Also, you will notice the green chair is gone. That is because I'm doing this in between cleaning my room, so I apologize if it's kind of a mess, or I kind of look like a mess, because I am. So a main summary of the book is the main character's name is Connor. He's a little boy, and he kind of has like a lot of family issues. His parents got divorced when he was little, and his dad remarried and moved to the States, and they have another child, and then he lives with his mom, who is diagnosed with some deadly disease, so he's just trying to take care of her and keep the house together while she goes in for her treatments, and she's just like throwing up and exhausted. So he grew up fast, and you can tell that it's very well represented in the book. Kind of a side character, his grandmother on his mother's side kind of comes in to help at the end, and he doesn't like her very much. He thinks she's very uppity, like she has like a maid to help clean once a week, and then she likes everything very clean and to have a lot of class, and he's just kind of like, yeah, whatever, I'm a little boy, I don't care. And then he has a friend named Lila, and their mothers are best friends, so that's just kind of how they're friends. They grew up together. But he and Lila kind of clash, but Lila doesn't really know it because she kind of like spills the beans to the entire school that his mom is sick, and he blames her for all his problems at school. And it just kind of starts out because his mom's sick, so everyone starts pitying him, and he doesn't like that, so he kind of like withdraws, and he becomes very isolated from everyone else. And the only people who really notice him are the boys who bully him, and it kind of becomes like the bullying is the only outside contact he has in school. So it kind of becomes like a necessity for him, and like he feels like he needs it. The pain they give him on the outside is kind of him outwardly showing how much he's hurting on the inside without him saying anything, because he doesn't want people's pity. He doesn't want his mom to know. He doesn't want her to feel bad. So it's just the only way he can really survive, I guess, and the only way he feels like he's living. So now let's get to these nightmares and the monster. Pretty much at 12:07, he has this nightmare with this big, ugly monster. Okay. Here it is illustrated in the book. And pretty much the monster comes and threatens to eat him, and Connor's just like, yeah, whatever, I have bigger problems. But then the monster's like, hold up, you called me. And Connor's like, no, I didn't. Like, what are you talking about? So the monster kind of threatens him or makes a deal. It's kind of unclear to me which one it is. It's kind of both, I think. The monster tells Connor he will tell him 3 stories, each one of them having a lesson. And by the time he is done, Connor must tell the monster 1 story, except it must be the complete truth. Because kind of like an underlying theme inside this entire thing is nothing is scarier than the truth. The entire thing is Connor battling, trying to get through with his mom being sick and her just withering away in front of his eyes, and the monster giving him these nightmares, his struggles in school, and it all tying together in the end to just be something utterly heartbreaking but so well written and good at the same time. So now I'm going to progress to what I did and didn't like. There will be spoilers in this part, so if you don't want me to spoil it or don't want to hear spoilers, I suggest you like stop now. So the book overall had very good imagery. The illustrations were great. It was so well written, but it just wasn't right for me. Now, I'm not saying that it is a bad book. I understand why everyone loves it, and I agree it is a good book, but it wasn't right for me. And as I was reading this, I was like, why did Abby tell me to read this? Oh my god, this is why, why did I ever decide to read this book? And then I realized that it's Abby, and she's not really thinking about things. She's very impulsive, so she probably just heard it sounded good and bought it for us. And that's what she did. So I'm not like holding this to her, but this book was not great for me, and I will tell you why. So here's the spoiler bit. So once again, if you don't want spoilers, stop now. The entire point of the story is Connor learning how to tell his mom goodbye. It's him saying goodbye to his mom. That is the fourth story, the truth that he tells the monster. And that, to me, touches way too close to home. Because I lost my mom to cancer when I was very little, and every single second I read this book, it was like my life in a story. When you feel so freaking isolated, like everyone's around you and they don't know the pain that you're going through, and they can't understand that. And even people are like, hey, like, I know you're here, like, what's up? Like, they'll never understand. So it struck really close to home, and I couldn't really handle it. It made me want to cry every day in class as I was reading this, and it got to the point where I had to stop sometimes. I couldn't. It brought up so many painful memories for me. I couldn't handle it. So that has nothing to go against the author and like what he's written. I think it is a very good story he's told, and it pretty much told my feelings as they were. Like, if I were to lay them out, that's what they would be. So I'm not mad or upset at the writer. I think it's very good that people get a chance to read something like this and understand what people who have lost someone who means that much to them go through every single day. But it's just, like, I know I lost my mom a long time ago, but it's just every single time hearing about it, it's a knife to the heart. So reading this it wasn't right for me. So some of you guys may absolutely love it, and I hope you do, and I hope you take the time to read it, because it's very good. But I keep saying this over and over again, it just wasn't for me, and I don't regret reading it. I think it was very healing in some ways to read it and realize, like, hey, it's just not me going through this. But it hurt a lot, and if you do realize this, like, and if you know anyone who's been in that situation, just try your best to support them even years after, because it hurts. It hurts so damn bad. So there's nothing else I can really say about this, but just take this as a caution. Just take this as a caution to realize that you never know what other people are going through, even if you think they do. Even if you think you do, you really don't. So just be kind to others no matter what, because you don't know what's going on in their head.